Number 7, fresh air ventilation. As we discussed in the air sealing section, people need fresh, high-quality air in their homes, so all high-performance homes need to have a whole house ventilation system to essentially be the lungs of the house. At the good level, we'll be looking at exhaust-only ventilation systems. To take it to better, supply ventilation or supply plus exhaust ventilation with an ECM blower motor. And at the best level, heat recovery ventilator or energy recovery ventilator. Ventilation systems provide many functions. They remove odors and pollutants like chemicals in the form of volatile organic compounds or VOCs, and they remove water vapor that is constantly being created by the daily activities of the homeowner. As the bad air is removed from the home, it needs to be replaced with fresh, clean air in order to keep the indoor air quality high so that we can live in a healthy home. So at the good level, you install an exhaust-only ventilation system. This consists of an upgraded bath or laundry room fan that's Energy Star rated and is quiet with a low SON rating. Then the electrician wires this fan to a programmable 24-hour 7-day timer so that it can be automated. The timer is programmed to turn the fan on for the prescribed length of time to meet the ventilation needs of the home, and this is based upon the size and number of bedrooms in the home. This is the most basic of systems. To move to the better level, you can install a supply ventilation system. This brings air into the return side of the HVAC air handler to use the ductwork for distribution. It'll have a motorized damper to close the fresh air duct when the system is off. A key detail is to make sure the HVAC air handler fan has an energy-efficient electrically commutated motor or ECM motor, because older style single-stage motors use a lot of energy and is not an efficient way to ventilate the home. Supply systems also have a timer controller to program just the right amount of air for the size of the home. The controller will open the damper when the HVAC comes on and keep track of how long it runs. If the house needs more ventilation air than what came in during the heating and cooling cycle, it'll kick on the air handler fan and open the damper to deliver more fresh air. The downside of this system is that it slightly pressurizes the house because it's not a balanced system. But this is pretty simple to overcome. To balance out a supply ventilation system, you can simply have the electrician tie the controller to a quiet bath fan so that the supply air coming into the ducts is balanced out by the stale air that's exhausting through the bath fan. At the best level, you install an HRV or ERV, which stands for Heat Recovery Ventilator or Energy Recovery Ventilator. These are designed as balanced systems with both supply and exhaust ducts. They can have independent ducts for distribution, or they may be tied in to use the HVAC ducts. These systems provide the best mixing of air to evenly deliver fresh air throughout the home. The other big advantage of these systems is that they have heat exchangers built in that will recover heat energy. In the wintertime, the warm, stale air will transfer its heat to the cool, incoming fresh air. This saves energy and increases comfort. There are also smaller versions known as spot ERVs that are useful for smaller areas because they provide ventilation, both supply and exhaust, at the ceiling grill without distribution ducts, which can make it a more economical way to add heat recovery ventilation to a small home. The ventilation air from a spot ERV will not be as well distributed throughout a home without help from some other systems such as transfer fans or a ducted forced air system. Another innovative ventilation system is a through-the-wall ERV. This has a heat exchanger and a fan built into the wall through a short direct duct passing from indoors to outdoors. It works with a second unit in tandem on the other side of the building. One will run supply air for just over a minute while its companion fan pulls exhaust air out. Then they switch roles and reverse the airflow. As the air flows through the ceramic heat exchanger, the heat is captured in the core of the fan that's working as the exhaust fan, and then the heat is released into the fresh air stream when that fan becomes the supply fan. It takes advantage of the basic principle of heat moves from warm to cold. So when choosing the right ventilation system for your project, you'll want to think about these considerations. Efficiency of motors and efficiency of heat recovery if you're going with a HRV or ERV. For low operational energy, always use ECM motors. The airflow rating of the system must be able to meet the needs of the home based upon its size. Freeze protection is key for ERVs and HRVs. They must be located in a buffered or conditioned space. Noise is a consideration. You want to make sure your system is quiet, otherwise the homeowners will just turn them off. Variable speed is an option for some systems that can give more flexibility in meeting the ventilation requirements. Unit dimensions for designing the necessary space for installation. And then maintenance requirements. The homeowner has to be able to easily access the units for cleaning and filter replacement. Other options available with ERVs and HRVs can be filtration, advanced controls, and self-balancing, which can be helpful to minimize pressure imbalances in the home.